Welcome to your practice. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and this practice is going to be for opening up our hips today. We're starting in a tall, comfortable seat. You can be using a chair or your bed or seated up against a wall on a block or blanket or pillow. And just go ahead and just kind of sway a little bit from side to side and just gently maybe sway a little bit front and forward and back. Just getting a little gentle movement in the spine. Just rocking forward and back. And then maybe make some circles. Just rolling around in a kind of a spiral, opening the heart at the front of the spiral and rounding the back towards the back. Inhaling your heart forward, kind of into a cow position, round through one side, and exhale back into your cat. Inhaling up through the opposite side. And then we'll reverse the circles, maybe getting the neck and the shoulders involved and really rocking back onto that sacrum, maybe drawing the heart closer and closer to the earth. And we'll find yourself balanced in this opposite direction, and then inhale yourself back to your tall, comfortable seat. We're going to do a pranayama practice today, a breathwork practice called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. Alternate nostril breathing kind of operates on the theory. Well, not theory, it's proven that if you, there is a path, a sinus path that goes up through your left nostril and stimulates the right sinus in the right side of the brain, and same thing opposite. If you breathe through your right nostril, you stimulate the left side of the brain. And the functioning of our brains, left brain people are logical, they're make decisions, they write, they read, the higher thinking kind of things that we associate. And then the right brain is more the creative, feeling, thoughtful side of the brain. And then also left brain's associated with the sympathetic nervous system, which is where our fight or flight or stress response can come into play, or freeze response. And the right side of the brain is associated with the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the one that helps us rest and digest and sleep better and heal when we need to be healed. So let's balance out those two sides of the brain and come into the present moment by focusing on the breath. Not only when we stimulate the right side of the brain do we heal, we also calm our respiratory system, our circulatory system. It's excellent for high blood pressure or just really anybody out there. So let's go ahead and begin. You can bring your hand to, typically alternate nostril breathing is done with one finger pressed to the third eye, and you can use your middle finger or your index finger, whichever feels best to you. But if you don't like touching your face, you can just kind of hover your finger over that area. We'll start inhaling through the left side of the nose. So we want to seal off the right nostril, and you can do that by putting your thumb right underneath the nostril or against the top part of the nostril, or press the side in, whatever is most comfortable for you. And I feel like I'm over explaining this, but I want it to be comfortable and sustainable for you. So we'll start with our, and again, if you don't want to touch your face, you can just have your hands resting down onto your thighs. And as you inhale, focus your attention on the breath that's coming in through that left nostril, and focus when the breath comes out through the right nostril. And then you'll do that the same thing focusing on the inhale through the right side and then the exhale out the left side. That would be one round of breath. Inhale left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale breath. And I like to think about this sort of loop-de-loop, kind of like a upside down roller coaster here. So you kind of inhale up the left side into the right brain, and then exhale from the left brain out the right nostril, sort of a thing. It's just a fun little thing to help you anchor your attention and your awareness on what's going on. So all that being said, let's switch the cross of our legs if we've been sitting cross-legged for a while, just to kind of even out the hips here a little bit. Take whatever hand position you like, whether it's hands on thighs or knees, and just focusing your awareness on the path, or hovering your fingers over your face, or actually pressing your index finger or middle finger to the temple. Close the right nostril with the thumb in any way that makes sense to you. And you can curl these other fingers in for now, and then use your middle finger or ring finger to close the left nostril when it's time to open the right nostril. So here we go. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril. Open the right nostril and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril. Open the left nostril and exhale. That's one round. We'll go again, inhaling left. Close. Open right. Exhale. Inhale right. Close. Open left. Exhale. Keep on going at your own pace. I'm going to let go of the count for now because I want you to find the pace that works for you, and that might not be the same that would work for me or what I'm prompting or guiding you in. But just keep focusing on that breath. Again, if your arm gets tired, go ahead and bring it back down to the knee or the thigh, and just focus on the sensation of the air flowing in as you inhale, and the sensation of the air flowing out as you exhale. Focusing kind of, you might feel a little tickling sensation. You might feel cool or warm, temperature change as the air flows in and out. You might imagine the breath flowing in through the left nostril and going all the way up to stimulate the right side of the brain. And then flowing as you take your next inhale through the left nostril, going all the way up and over, swirling around in the left side of the brain, and then exiting. Just keeping your focused awareness, your attention there. And as you continue this breath, and we'll only be doing this for another 30 seconds or so, notice how you can relax your shoulders, relax your elbows, let them be heavy towards the earth. Maybe lift your heart a little bit up towards the sky and tuck your chin in gently to meet it. Just not to meet it all the way, not closing the throat, but just to kind of, they draw towards one another gently. And then maybe think about hugging your low ribs in, and notice how that sort of draws your tailbone long. And we'll be here for 10 more seconds. And when you exhale through the left side, that will be the last round. Just lower your hands to your body, anywhere that feels comfortable to you. and come back into your regular, comfortable breath. And then we'll go ahead and release this particular seat and come on down to the back. Let's do a little supported bridge. I'm just going to keep on using this pillow. You could use a yoga block, but if you don't have one at home, a folded up towel or blanket or a pillow from your couch will work. Just put it to the side in easy reach for you right now. And if you don't have anything available or don't want to use anything, by all means, just come right on down to your back. And we're just going to have our knees bent and pointed up towards the sky. And the soles of the feet flat on the mat, kind of setting up for a bridge pose. And we are going to press into the feet and roll the hips up towards the sky, but only high enough to take your support if you have one or are using one, and place it right underneath the sacrum. Just for a little bit of a lift, a little bit of opening in the hips. You can keep the feet and the knees parallel here, or you might want to walk them out a little farther towards the edges of your mat and gently just let those knees fall in to support each other. Taking this constructive rest pose. And as you lay here, you might bring your hands to your belly and just rest your triceps down to the mat. And if it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes or just take a soft gaze. And just relax your eyes in their sockets there while your attention is on those eyeballs. Just let them be soft. Let the skin of the forehead soften. Let your jaw relax. Soften across your collarbones. And if the chin isn't tucked towards the heart, just lift the head just enough to tuck it to lengthen the back of the neck. And just notice your breath in your low belly as it rises and falls, resting underneath your hands. And for this practice, give yourself permission to be here in this present moment. Not thinking about anything that you had to do or didn't get done, or something you're gonna do later, or anything else that might be floating around in your mind. And just acknowledge that thoughts will come up because we're human beings and we're designed to think. But we can practice letting go of those thoughts and focusing on the breath and the body to keep us in the present moment. So just allow yourself to gently invite your attention back to your breath and your body whenever it decides to wander off. Just watch the thought float away as you bring your attention back to your breath and your body. And as you continue through this practice, you might want to invite that alternate nostril breath, letting go of the hand mudra, the hand gesture, and imagining the path in through the left nostril, stimulating the right side of the brain, exiting the right nostril. Inhale, notice the breath entering the right nostril. Imagine the stimulation at the left side of the brain. And exhale, noticing the sensation of the breath as it leaves the left side. Feel free to bring that breath into focus as it supports your practice. And if it doesn't support your practice, just let it go and find a nice, gentle, slow, balanced breath, inviting your exhales to be as long as your inhales. And then let's go ahead and parallel the feet if they're not already. Point the knees up towards the sky. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and move your support out of the way. And then just bring your hips back down to the mat and hug one knee and then the other in towards your heart. And we'll do that wonderful yogi massage, rocking back and forth from side to side. Maybe letting the knees come away from the heart a little bit and enjoying how that changes the massage on your back. And you might want to really drop the knee over to one side, maybe let go of the knees and really enjoy the sensation as they come over to the opposite side. You might want to make some circles with the knees on the ceiling here in one direction and then the other. And just noticing all the subtleties along the way in the low back region. And then let's go ahead and hug that left knee in towards the heart and extend the right leg up towards the sky. And just press the sole of the right foot as if you were kind of walking on the ceiling, flexing the foot. And think about your leg kind of like a telephone pole here, just really solidly planted into your hip socket. And as you have this leg extended, know that you are supporting your adrenals, allowing the glands at the ankles and the knees and the hips all to be stimulated, allowing the blood and the lymphatic fluid to come back out of the feet. We've all been more vertical all day today, I'm sure. And now we can bring all of those fluids back towards the heart where they get processed and circulated and taken care of by our extremely intelligent bodies. You might want to stay here with this leg extended, hugging the left knee in towards the heart. Or you may want to take an inhale here. And as you exhale, just lower that right leg down towards the earth, any amount. Inhale the leg back up towards the sky. And exhale, lower the right leg down towards the earth, any amount. And you might want to keep your low back pressed to the earth as you make this movement. And that will help to engage your core to support your back. And the leg might lower almost all the way to the mat, or maybe just a couple of inches. Might be up high like that. Whatever feels best in your body today. One more full breath up here at the top. And then we're going to go ahead and bring that right leg all the way down to the mat. Let's stretch the left leg out long to meet it and inhale, reaching the hands up over the head, getting the fingertips as far away from the toe tips as you can. And then we'll bend one knee and then the other, bringing the soles of the feet back to the mat. And we'll draw that right knee in towards the heart, maybe interlacing the fingers here across the shins. Inhale and send that left leg up towards the sky. And we'll stay here with the left leg planted firmly in the hip. Press the sole of your foot up towards the sky. Opening up the back of the knee, stimulating the adrenals there. Allowing all of the fluids to reset. One more full breath here. And then either stay here or take another inhale. And then exhale to lower the left leg any amount towards the earth. Might just be here. Just opening and closing that joint of the hip. Stimulating the adrenal glands in the groin. It's extremely helpful to your lymphatic system. And if you want to engage that core to support the low back, you can bring that left leg down any amount more on your exhale and inhale it back up towards the sky. So whatever is working for your body tonight, we'll just find 3 more breaths with or without movement, dynamic or stationary and stable and steady. And then the next time you bring your leg down towards the earth, or if it's up at the sky, let's all go ahead and release the left leg all the way down. Let's inhale the right leg long out to meet it. Take another big stretch here, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then let's come back to that bridge prep pose again. But this time we'll parallel the knees, parallel the feet, press the arms alongside the mat, pressing the hands right next to the hips, pressing the triceps in towards the mat, and maybe lifting the heart up just enough to tuck those shoulder blades in towards one another to support your neck as you tuck the chin. We'll inhale and roll the hips up towards the sky. Exhale to roll them back down to your mat. And again, this movement might be very subtle for you depending on your hips today. Or you might want to go ahead and lift them up as high as you can go, or anywhere in between. The next time we roll the hips up towards the sky, let's stay here for a few breaths. And you might want to kind of walk your shoulders in and under you so that you can interlace the fingers and really press into the feet so you can lift those hips up to the sky. And notice how that opens up across the hip flexors here. I don't know about you, but I have been sitting a lot today. And this is really helpful for supporting the low back, the posture, for opening up the psoas, which is where we hold a lot of stress. If you're up and your fingers are interlaced, go ahead and switch the lacing of your fingers so that your opposite thumb comes on top. We'll take one more inhale wherever you are, and then we'll exhale to release any bind and roll the spine one vertebra at a time down to the earth. Let's just windshield wiper the knees from side to side, maybe walking the feet out a little wider and taking the gaze in the opposite direction. So when your knees go right, your gaze goes left. And when your knees go left, your gaze goes right. Just going from side to side here. And then we'll parallel the knees and the shins and the feet once again. And let's just draw that left knee in towards the heart and bring the ankle to the top of the right thigh, coming into your figure 4 stretch. And from here, you might want to take that left hand and gently press the heel into your left thigh and just kind of massage it to open it up here a little bit. And you might want to just stay right here. Oh, really get into that hip crease and notice how that really opens up that hip. Not being shy of finding tenderness there, but showing it some gentle touch. And if that's not enough for you and you want to go a little deeper, go ahead and lift that right leg up and interlace your fingers behind the right thigh and hug those legs in towards your heart. Maybe recommitting to that tucked chin to keep your neck nice and long. And as we're here, why don't we rotate that right ankle in circles in one direction, and then reverse the circles, rotating the ankle in the opposite direction, maybe pointing and flexing the toes. Maybe pressing into the ball of the foot rather than pointing the toes. If pointing the toes causes cramps in the calves, that can happen sometimes. And then maybe rock the ankle from side to side a little bit. Sort of an odd way to move our ankle. We don't do that a lot. But both times I've sprained my ankle, that's what I was doing when I did it. So I think those ligaments need to be stronger. So let's just go ahead and keep the legs right where they are. And we'll bring the sole of the left foot down to the right side of the mat. So you can take your arms nice and wide out into a T or maybe goalpost arms. Palms can be up or down, whichever you prefer. And we're just gonna allow that whole leg package to come on over towards the right side of the body, letting the sole of the left foot land. And you might notice how your right knee is sort of butted up against that outside of the left ankle, anchoring them together here. You might gaze out across your left palm. Take a couple deep breaths wherever you are. You may want to bring some more healing touch to your body again with that right hand here, massaging your calf or your shin or your thigh or whatever you can reach, your foot. Or you might again want to find stillness here, maybe imagining that alternate nostril breathing, that Nadi Shodhana in the Sanskrit. One more full breath wherever you are, always being willing to take a nice sigh, soft sigh, or make any kind of noise as you practice in your privacy of your own home. I forgot I was not in the privacy of my own home there for a minute. But let's restack that left leg on top of the right, aligning the ankles and the knees. And we'll inhale both knees up towards the center. Invite the nose towards the knees to realign your spine and your hips and your neck. And then we'll let the sole of the left foot come on down to the mat. And we'll bring the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. And we'll do that whole thing over here on the opposite side, starting with that yummy massage, the heel of the right hand pressing into the top of the right thigh, maybe pressing into that hip crease, noticing where you feel sensation. You might feel sensation all the way up in the obliques, in the ribs. And this might be enough, and you can just enjoy how good this feels, or you can go ahead and deepen this posture a bit by interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh, drawing the legs in towards the heart, and just making sure once you have a nice hold and nice bind there that you can comfortably bring your shoulders and your head back down towards the mat. And you might want to notice how your hands are interlaced, which thumb is on top, and maybe switch it up on this second side from your dominant hand being on top. And rotate the ankles in circles in one direction and then the other. Point and flex the feet. Rock the ankle from side to side, whatever feels good to you, whatever you did on the first side, just go ahead and invite yourself to do that on the second side too. Stay here for another couple of breaths, just allowing the feet to be soft and relaxing into that right hip. And then we'll keep the legs right where they are. Release the arms out to either side. Palms up or down once again, whatever feels best in your shoulders, making sure that chin is tucked. And then we'll let the right foot come on over to the left side. And just bring the left hand to the outside of the right foot or thigh or calf or whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe invite yourself to bring a little massage there too. Maybe take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, just let yourself feel how good this feels. If you ever have the opportunity to have Thai yoga massage, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is an amazing experience. You basically do yoga, and wherever you're stretching, the therapist massages you, and it is an incredibly healing experience, and I recommend it for anybody who has the opportunity to try it out. Let's go ahead and restack those legs, bringing the ankles and the knees and the hips into alignment before we hug the knees in towards the heart once again. And we'll rock gently from side to side. And then let's go ahead and send the arms and legs out long once again, but instead of sending them as long as possible away from one another, we'll just bring the hands to the top two corners of the mat and the feet to the bottom two corners of the mat. So you're kind of laying here in a big X shape. And let's get a nice side bend here, coming into Banana Asana. Let's go ahead and draw the right foot over towards the left. Keeping the hips where they are, let's draw that right arm beyond and up and over towards the right side. So you might want to stay right here, or you might want to hold opposite elbows in your palms, kind of cradling them here. And you might want to bring your left arm on top to kind of anchor those arms down for you. And you may want to look out and beyond the left bicep. And you might want to pick up that right leg and just cross the right ankle over the left ankle. And just visualize, if you could see yourself from up above, you'd look like a banana laying on its side, kind of a really shallow C shape. And as you inhale and exhale here, allow the attention to travel up and down the right side of the body. You might focus the breath, imagining just that right lung, really inhaling, expanding through the right sides of the ribs, opening up space in between each one. Inhaling and imagining the breath expanding through the hips and the armpits. Going farther up the arm and down the leg. Just one big line of breath. Inhaling. Expanding. And then as you exhale, notice the softening. Release any tension in your right leg. Let your arms just be heavy beyond your head. Your eyes aren't already closed. Feel free to close them if that feels good. And we'll take 3 more breaths right here. And after you found that 3rd breath, let's go ahead and stretch everything out long once again, coming back to center. And then we'll find that big X shape here. And then draw that left leg over towards the right, and then the left arm over towards the right. Maybe framing your face, cradling those elbows in the palms, and letting your right arm be on the bottom, I think. If it feels awkward, go ahead and switch it up, but want it to be anchoring for your upper body here. Left arm on the bottom. Yep, that's right. Maybe stay here or cross the left ankle over the right ankle. And now as you breathe, let's imagine that breath traveling up and down the left side of the body, really expanding the whole left side as you inhale. And just softening and releasing any tension, letting go as you exhale. Go ahead and soften those eyes once again, the forehead, the jaw. Notice all of the space that you're creating and all of the joints, the intercostals, the ligaments, everything, the fascia over on that left side of the body. Just opening and expanding and releasing any tension of the day. 2 more full breaths wherever you are. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and inhale everything out nice and long once again. And exhale to come into your final Shavasana. Send the arms and legs alongside, or the arms alongside the body, the legs out long, back at those corners again. Maybe press into your triceps once again and just lift the heart and kind of snuggle the shoulder blades in and towards one another. Open up the palms to shine up towards the sky and relax your fingers, relax your toes, and let your whole body just be surrendered to gravity. Take a nice big inhale here, and as you exhale, just let it go out the nose or mouth with a big sigh. Do that 2 more times. If you notice any sounds from my side or yours, Just allow them to come in and then out of your attention. Bringing your attention back to your breath and to your body. Letting go of any thoughts. Just allowing yourself to be here. Taking care of your nervous system. Creating and strengthening new neural pathways in the brain. Supporting your heart and your lungs. Your joints. Supporting yourself physically, emotionally, and maybe mentally and spiritually too. And allow that to be a gift to yourself and to everyone that you meet along the way. And then let's find some gentle movement in the toes and fingers. Rotate wrists and ankles in one direction and then the other, and then stretch your legs and arms out super long one last time for a big good morning stretch. And then we'll bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet back to the mat. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side once or twice each. And then roll to your favorite side. And press yourself back up to your tall, comfortable seat. Maybe finding your support once again, maybe deciding it's not even worth it, maybe deciding to continue to be in your Shavasana. This is your practice, your time, your home. Let's all inhale those arms up towards the sky if you're sitting with me, and we'll bring the palms together and exhale. The hands come to the heart. Notice the sensation of your sternum, your chest touching your thumbs, and your thumbs pressing into your heart as you lift them to meet it. We'll bow the chin gently towards the palms. The light that is with me, within me, and with me honors and respects the light within each of you. Namaste.